Ilia Topuria, I believe, is definitely next. You put him up there because Islam needs a new face. And I honestly, I believe this is the biggest fight that you can make for Islam, and I think Islam deserves that.
Is Islam Makhachev ducking Ilia Topuria? UFC stars weigh in.
Henry, my man, it's a lot going on in that lightweight division. These dudes is talking. There's a lot of activity. There's a lot of beefs. It's a lot of plexing going on.
I don't know that Islam should fight him first. For Makhachev, he goes and beats Ilia Topuria, right? People will say he beat Volk, he beat Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira.
The UFC lightweight division is heating up with champion Islam Makhachev looking for his next challenger. After defending against featherweights like Volkanovski, Makhachev says he's tired of fighting small guys and wants a second belt. Meanwhile, featherweight champ Ilia Topuria has moved up to lightweight and wants the title shot. But is this the right fight to make? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you're a fight fan who loves breaking down the best matchups in the UFC, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. The UFC lightweight division is absolute chaos right now. We've got killers lining up for a shot at Islam Makhachev's belt, and everyone's got an opinion on who deserves it next.
Obviously, Ilia has been teasing there's going to be an announcement. You know, a fight's going to happen. And also, there's been a little back and forth between the highlight, Justin Gaethje, and Armen Tsarukyan.
Justin Gaethje is fresh off that insane flying knee knockout of Dustin Poirier to win the BMF title. That highlight will be playing for years. He's always in firefights, and a matchup with Islam would be a classic striker versus grappler showdown. Charles Oliveira is still in the mix too. The former champ has been trying to get his belt back since losing it to Makhachev. His submission game is legendary, and he's still dangerous for anyone in the division. And now Ilia Topuria has thrown his name in the hat. He just knocked out Volkanovski for the featherweight title, then shocked everyone by immediately vacating it to move up to lightweight. He's undefeated at 15-0 with 13 finishes and believes he's the man to dethrone Makhachev. Kamaru Usman recently laid out his own bracket for the division, saying, "If I had to put my bracket together, I would have to say that Islam Makhachev is fighting Justin Gaethje." He also suggested Armen Tsarukyan versus Charles Oliveira as a #1 contender fight. Daniel Cormier offered a simpler solution. Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. Yes, book it. Gaethje versus Tsarukyan. Book it. Whoever wins fights Makhachev. That's it right there. Topuria gets the shot. Tsarukyan Gaethje winner gets the title fight. We're back in line at 155. The problem is that Dana White isn't committing to anything right now. When asked about Topuria getting the next shot, Dana said,
I wanted to talk to you. Obviously, you had a big week at the UFC. Some crazy stuff went down. Is with Ilia moving up to lightweight, vacating the title. You weren't able to announce it then, but is it safe to say that Ilia Islam is the fight that we're sort of working towards, or could he be fighting?
There's still other possibilities. So there's a lot of shit going on right now.
Yeah. Michael Bisping thinks the Topuria fight makes the most sense commercially. If he lost to Gaethje, but then 2-3 fights later gets a shot, it's not quite the same sell. The public wouldn't be quite as still invested, so I think they're going to give him the title fight. Ilia Topuria has turned the lightweight division upside down without even fighting there yet. After knocking out Alexander Volkanovski to win the featherweight belt, he immediately set his sights on bigger prey, Islam Makhachev and the 155-pound title. Not everyone is sold on Topuria's move up. Paddy Pimblett has been particularly critical. I was thinking, wow, you're stupid. Why have you moved up to this division? Like, he's tiny. He's like 5 feet 5 inches or 5 feet 6 inches. I don't understand why. I think he ran from 145, to be honest. Michael Chandler echoed similar thoughts. He is not the featherweight champ because the dude is so confident in himself that he vacated the belt to come up to 155. I mean, that's a pretty ballsy move, right? Conventional wisdom says, hang on to the belt, go up, try your hand at 155, and then come back down. Even Bilal Muhammad, who supports giving Topuria a title shot, acknowledges there's skepticism. Everybody's calling for Ilia, then you look at the comments and all of them are like, well, he's only fought featherweights. And then if Islam goes out there and beats Ilia, they're also saying Islam's scared of Ilia. It's the same people. Despite the critics, Beneil Dariush sees Topuria's credentials as legitimate. You can't really disagree with it because he became champion, he defended his belt, and he's just like, hey, I'm too big. I don't want to make this weight cut anymore, so I want to fight at 155 pounds. Ilia's credentials are better at this moment. He's riding quite the win streak. The big question remains whether Topuria's power and speed will translate to lightweight. He's untested against bigger, stronger opponents who won't be compromised by weight cuts. But his confidence never wavers. He truly believes he's the man to solve the Makhachev puzzle that has stumped everyone else. While everyone's talking about what's next for the lightweight division, the champion himself has a different view. Islam Makhachev has made it clear that he's not excited about another fight with a former featherweight. When asked directly about Topuria, Makhachev didn't mince words.
No, man, I'm tired to give chance the small guys, you know. I need my second belt, you know. It's nothing excited. He's a good fighter, he's a good skills fighter, but I don't want to give him chance, you know. I need second belt. They fight for what? For me, it's nothing. Just his name. I don't need his name. I need the belt.
This isn't surprising considering Makhachev has already fought Alexander Volkanovski twice, winning both times, but having to work hard for those victories. The first fight went the distance in a competitive affair, and the second ended with a head kick knockout that still required Makhachev to navigate some dangerous moments. Makhachev's team believes a fight with Topuria would look too similar to the Volkanovski bouts. They're pushing for a move to welterweight to challenge for a second belt instead. This would put Makhachev in elite company as a two-division champion and potentially cement his legacy beyond just the lightweight division. The question now is whether the UFC will force his hand. Dana White has been non-committal, saying only that there's a lot of shit going on right now when asked about Makhachev's next opponent. Alexander Volkanovski, who's fought both men, offered his take on how a potential fight would go. Islam is going to be a hard man to beat for anyone. I think the only chance of him losing is someone knocking him out, and if anyone could do it, it is Ilia. Ilia's obviously got some dangerous hands, he's composed, and even if things aren't going his way, he's going to keep looking for it. Volkanovski added that Topuria would be dangerous in the first couple of rounds, but suggested that Makhachev's grappling would likely be too much in the later rounds. Makhachev's dominance can't be questioned at this point. He's 25-1 overall, with his only loss coming back in 2015. He's defended his lightweight title 4 times against Charles Oliveira, Alexander Volkanovski twice, and Dustin Poirier. Each defense has showcased his suffocating grappling and increasingly dangerous striking. That's where things stand in the UFC lightweight division right now. Islam wants a second belt. Topuria wants his shot, and the UFC hasn't decided what's next. What do you think? Should Topuria get the next title shot? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more UFC content. Thanks for watching.